If you have little children in your life, oh, do I envy you, because I bet you are gearing up to take them to the Chattanooga Zoo for the annual Boo in the Zoo. This year, they're offering 3 weekends for your kids to go and enjoy the fun and trick-or-treat while they are there. Eric Jackson is nodding his head. He's here from the Chattanooga Zoo, and he brought with him Will Turnus, who you can't tell in this shot, but Will is sitting down.
He is.
On the studio floor with not one, but 2 tortoises.
Yes.
So welcome.
Thank you for having us.
And you brought a very good friend.
We did. Yes, we did.
So Boo in the Zoo this year, 3 weekends.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes. Oh, it's such a popular event. We had to add one more.
Yeah.
You know, people can't get enough of it.
I know you're kind of new to the zoo, but you're jumping right in there, Eric, and taking it all in. I bet you don't ever get tired of hearing the kids come through the gate.
No, I don't. Every time I walk out there and I see a kid smiling when the giraffe kind of sticks its neck out, it's such a great time.
I hadn't thought about this until just now, but I had a conversation with someone a day or so ago and asked about their child's Halloween costume, and the response was, which one? We have 2 or 3.
Right.
And I remember those days too. The kids will buy them early and then they change their mind. This is the perfect way to get to use them all, because you can go all 3 weekends and rotate costumes
That's
as
right.
you go.
Yes, yes, yeah. If you have 3 or 4, you can just kind of cycle through them.
Yep. So I want to bring Will into the conversation, because it's not every day we have someone sitting on the floor. And when you told me that the tortoises like to move, I thought, oh, that'll be easy, because they'll just every now and then move. That bigger tortoise, the girl, she's pretty quick.
As I've said, she likes to move. She can move fast when she needs to, and I can't explain why they go in the direction that they do, but they usually like to explore. And anytime I'm giving any sort of chat, I kind of just follow the tortoise around and let her direct what's going on.
Well, you changed her direction. She had been facing me, and she was booking it then, and now that you've turned her that other way, she seems to be stationary. I don't know why.
She seems to be a bit more relaxed right now, and seems to be doing well.
So you said she came from a place in Indonesia, and so you're not really sure how old she is.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. So Forston's tortoises were pretty significantly impacted by the pet trade in Indonesia. And a lot of the individuals that we're using as part of our species survival plan, kind of our breeding program at the zoo, are individuals that were from that pet trade.
We're all watching to see how far she goes, because none of us wants her to get lost underneath the set over here. The little one that you're holding in your hand, is it the same type of tortoise, but her colors are just more strong because she's younger?
Yeah, so this one, it's hard to tell if it's boy or a girl yet, but this is her offspring. So that individual over there, Karu Karu, is the mom, and this is Batu, which is her offspring. It's about 1 year old at this point. And I will say, in terms of her moving, that's actually kind of her end game, is to find a place in the studio and just kind of jam herself in there and then just sit there for hours. That's the kind of spot that makes a tortoise happy. So
wait a minute, are you saying that they like to kind of be in a corner, so to speak?
Yeah, they like to kind of just find a nice crevice and then just kind of jam themselves there. So
that's interesting, because I was just talking to y'all about a snapper turtle that I saw in my neighborhood a couple of years ago. It was a huge one, but there's water in my neighborhood right across from my house, and we had had kind of a dry spell, so it was kind of rushy and murky over there. Anyway, I had my dog out, and there was a snapper turtle, and it was burrowing itself into the reeds there.
Right.
And it looked very content. Could that be why? Because it wanted to be nestled?
And if she was digging with her back feet, that would be indicated that she's like getting ready to bury eggs, which could be possible depending on where she is.
Nope, it was her front feet. She was facing forward.
Yeah, no, she's just trying to dig in and hunker down. And yeah, that's their peak relaxation, is a snapper being at the bottom of a pond just surrounded by mud.
So when the kids come out to Boo in the Zoo, are animals like the tortoises out for them to see, your ambassador animals, so to speak?
Yes, some will. Yeah, some will be able to get right up and close and personal with them.
Is that what they are? Are these ambassador animals, Will?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
There are a few of our ambassador animals that are tortoises.
So you said that the one from Indonesia, the one that we're seeing now, you don't know how old because you can't possibly know. Do you think it's going to continue to get bigger?
It can grow a little bit more. This is probably the maximum body size a female Forston's tortoise is going to get to. They stay about the same size as the males. I'd say generally they're a little bit larger, but for the most part, that's kind of as big as she's going to get. Now she'll continue to shed her scutes on her shell, which are like the little pieces there, and her shell will grow like very gradually, but not nearly as much growth as like this little guy is going to experience over the next few years.
That's quite a workout that she's getting. I mean, if she was not having to just go in circles and have us come and pick her up, would she just go and go and go?
Yeah, usually when we have them outside for events, we'll just kind of let the tortoises, especially like our Aldabra giant tortoises who just love to sit and graze on grass, they'll just kind of explore that huge green area and just go where they please, and I kind of follow them around and accommodate them.
Are you watching what I am, Eric?
Yes.
That when she turns, when she walks, first of all, it's like she has little fingers. Do you see that? But her shoulder area, if you will looks very fragile.
Yeah, it's kind of smaller, and they kind of have a unique way of moving as opposed to us who like, when you see like that joint, it just looks different from any human anatomy that you'd be used to. Especially how they kind of turn their hands, so to speak, kind of inward.
I was afraid she was going to go under the set.
Yeah, you're gonna be okay. You're not going.
Did she make a sound?
Not really. So they do, because a tortoise's carapace is like a fixed and can't expand at all. When she brings her head in, she has to expel oxygen out of her nose because when she brings in, there's less space in her shell, so her lungs have to expel some oxygen.
Is it kind of a squeak?
Yeah.
I think I just heard it.
And I think they actually, they might use that to their advantage, like evolutionarily. Like if they get startled by something, I think they really lay into that, like that expelling of oxygen to maybe startle the other animal, and to kind of keep them at bay.
You know how you'll go to a party or something and somebody seems to always dominate the conversation and you think, well, why was I there? I'm not trying to leave you out of the conversation.
No, you're fine. I'm just enjoying watching the tortoise.
It's fascinating, isn't it? That is really, really cool. So, Boo in the Zoo, is there a cap on how many people can come? Like, are you limited?
As of now, no, we're not sold out by any means. So
Okay.
we're still trying to heavily involve people to buy tickets. Go on our website, chattzoo.org. We're gonna have a lot of really cool partners there. The 21st, 22nd, we're actually partnering with a puppet company called Playful and Evolving Monsters.
Fun.
They have these huge, almost paper mache-like sculptures.
Wow.
Yeah, they're gonna have 2 or 3 there on those days, so I think the kids will really love that.
I don't want to jinx anything, but my goodness, you're in luck because the weekend forecasts look to be really great.
Perfect. Yep.
So that's a wonderful thing.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. And if teachers want to schedule field trips with you and have y'all come to their classrooms, won't you do that with your ambassador animals?
Oh, I'd love to. I think it's more on the education department's side of things.
Okay.
So I'm usually not going off-site. This is just a fun little adventure. There's a
Look,
chase
they're
happening
both
right now,
going.
in fact. But yeah, that happens regularly.
Following the leader.
I just want to be quiet and watch. That's the cool. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, of course. I'm glad we got to bring these fellas on.
Is that little one going to fall in that hole over there?
I don't think so, but we'll kind of keep a close eye on them.
They just really want to be interviewed.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that tortoise? Yeah, right. Who would have thought tortoises would be
Just
so
been trying
much
to steal the
fun?
show.
So go get your tickets for Boo in the Zoo at chattzoo.org. And better than that, just go to the zoo any and every chance you get because animals are fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you both.
Thank you.